Hey, good morning, folks. AJ, the CEO here. It is not even 6 a.m. yet, but we're about ready to get on the road. We got ourselves another referral from a church down in Oxford, North Carolina. This will be our fourth there in the area. And we're going down there to do an on-site to see what we can do to help them out. As you see, we're starting to pile up a bunch of equipment for installs. We got another mixer. We got a bunch of speakers. So business is good. So let's get on the road here. Well, actually, let me take out my trash first, and then let's get on the road and let's see what we can do to help them out. We got a meeting with them at 9. It takes about an hour and 50 minutes, 2 hours to get there. So let's get to going. Hey folks, I'm actually right around the corner from the church, but I keep telling y'all this is gonna be the next move. Look at this church that's actually up the street from what I'm talking about. Do you understand? If you're into solar technology and all this stuff and understanding what that is, unfortunately, most churches are pretty much empty throughout the entire time. They traditionally don't have a lot of tree cover and stuff like that. How much electricity could your church be making with solar panels that would allow it to, if you don't have battery backups to keep all that electricity stored, that you could have so much of a credit with your power company? I can understand that people are in different locations and stuff like that, but do you understand what that would be if, like, for that church? I'm here, it's 8:20, and it's pretty much, and the sun is up, not in its highest point, but it's probably making electricity now from solar. Do you understand how much the church's power bill will probably be lowered from doing something like that? And I know a lot of people are. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is media ministry. The reason I talk about this is obviously I drive a Tesla. I'm all into that technology. When I get my house, I want to have solar panels, all this other stuff like that. Just for if power goes out, hey, it's not going to affect me. Just imagine that if your church has power, and if you have battery backups or something like that, if the power goes out, the church still has power, and say there's unfortunate weather or something like that, the church can actually be turned into a shelter for the community. That's just one of the things I just think is really cool. But anyway, here's the church. We're actually here early. They actually called. I'm here about 30 minutes early, so we'll see what we can do to get inside and see what we can do to help them out. Alrighty, folks, so pretty much how we normally do. We do the lay of the land. It's pretty much vanilla right now. So let me turn you around. So the first thing is they're using the iPad and the phone right now, traditionally like most would do. What they want to do is somebody's going to donate TVs, but we need to put a jack on both locations. I need them to put electrical there so that can be done. Run a fiber optic HDMI cable. Hopefully we can get inside this wall, and if not, and that's stucco, we may be able to get in there. If not, we'll do a fiber optic HDMI cable, come down, just put a conduit behind the TV, and we'll put the TV right above where the speakers are. Looking at doing another camera in the front, probably put it right in that corner right there.
They said you can walk all the way up there and there's plenty of space. Not going to do that today, obviously, but we'll put another camera up there, put another one back here. Now, the interesting thing is the lights. That is a little bit of a issue, not a problem, but what we have to do is most likely hang this right here so that when it tilts up, the lights are not going to be that much in the way. We always could pull it a little. I mean, at first I was thinking about putting it on the front, but probably hang it from here, give us just a little bit lower so when it tilts up and zooms in, we won't get lights from there. The other thing they said, they're fine with their sound, so it's not like we're getting new speakers or anything. But what we would do up here, we'll go for ATEM Mini Extreme, and their board is old, but what we're thinking about doing is we could go with a digital. I don't think we need to do that, but probably put like a 20 channel in here since they're using all 12 right now. We're gonna need 2 more for a computer to go in there, so go to a 20 channel, same one that I'm just installed at another New Hope. We're gonna move all these amps and everything and put a rack down there to get that out of there so we can have some breathing room for here, and possibly have to look with doing a different setup since this is how they have it. Need some more space, some more work area for the computer that we'll park here, do a custom PC to do graphics up there. Need to run a wired connection up here for internet, joystick, and also probably put another jack somewhere else running from the PoE switch back there so that they can control the cameras and everything from a different location. So I'll have everything here, but have it kind of a modular setup somewhere else that could be plugged in, or preferably have maybe an ATEM Mini Pro or something in a different direction instead of having people have to break this down and disassemble it and move it and stuff like that. But pretty straightforward. Really, again, they're not doing any sound, no speakers or nothing like that. So new mixer that we used before, or digital one, depends on what they want to go with. I'm gonna give them a couple of options. The TVs, like I said, it's going to be donated. It's just the connections here. I need to ask if they want to put one in the back. HDMI splitter that can handle all of that. Doesn't need to go video in other places. In the church, internet, custom computer for presentation, joystick to control everything, another monitor for the multi-view. So pretty straightforward. And I must have did something when I was crawling up under the pulpit to run a cable at Antioch, because my left hip is really hurting. But anyway, let me get in here, let me talk with him, and then get those details, and then let's head back home, and then we'll get in front of the computer, design everything. And if you get the contract, I'm gonna bring you down here and let you see the whole process, some more CSAA ministry and all this other stuff. Just definitely gonna need to be done up here, but thankfully it should just be 3 fiber optic HDMI cables and possibly 2 Cat6 cables, one to control the camera up here, and then another one that will run a main internet connection back there that we'll do a switch or something in the back to make it easier. But anyway, let's get back home and let's get in front of the computer. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Got back way faster than I thought. Got back here before noon, so we made good time. So let's go ahead and cut over here. And this should be a very simple design. I mean, we've done this tons of times. And actually, I don't have my PoE gear on. I was going to show you the mixer that I actually would recommend. It's actually right behind me. That is a 22 channel Mackie that I've used before. That's actually going to New Hope in Canton, which I never did the video for y'all to see that. We got a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, let's go over here and design this for First Baptist Church down there in Oxford. Alrighty. So again, we're not really, the main thing is we're setting up for the future, which is normally what I do anyway. So let's start with the computer. We're going to build them one of the AJ the CEO classic presentation PCs. And this also will run, you know, the ATEM software, Zoom if you want to, and, you know, stuff like that. And we're going to, the backbone is going to be the ATEM Mini Extreme. That is going to be connected. Computer's going to be connected so that that's how we can see the lyrics and scripture coming from presenter. They want to go with 3 cameras, so we'll just set 3 over here to the side here. And of course, we'll connect these over fiber optic HDMI. We got those there. I guess I should put a name on these as well too. All right, so side, back, and front PTZs. We're also going to have an SSD on here for recording. The same drive I'm actually using right now to record this. That will be connected over USB. These, of course, are HDMI. HDMI. Oh, I thought I had caps on. That is HDMI as well. It'll be connected. Actually, I need to do this in the opposite direction because it's sending data this way. That is USB here. We're going to get ourselves a joystick that will control all of that. We're also going to do a PoE switch. Yeah, what's up with my typing today? All right. So this is going to bridge the gap and have a wired connection everywhere up here. So we will run all those connections to each one of the cameras. And now it'll be Cat 6. We also connect that to the joystick so it's powered the same way. Connect that to the ATEM, because the ATEM is most likely going to be the thing that handles the streaming. And I mean, we could put OBS on here. I think I'm about ready to make the transition to all my new computers are going to be the 8600G with the AM5. I believe I'm probably going to, because at this point, the price in building the old and the new is a difference of about like $50, $50 to $100 given the day. So I'll probably move over to that. All right, so we got that. We also need a multi-view monitor. So I'll probably get a 27-inch for the computer and then just have a matching one for the multi-view. And this will be HDMI out number 2. All right. Oh, and then, I mean, of course, even though I didn't say it here, this is going to be the internet wherever the router is. I believe they're in talks with changing out their provider. So that's why this doesn't really matter to me. We do need to make sure it's fast enough to handle the live stream. So that's going to go in there. What else are we forgetting? I'm going to use my classic 1x8 HDMI splitter. That is going to be our main HDMI out. And then this is going to go to the televisions. Now, they said that they have somebody who is donating the TVs. I need to make sure I know what size they're going with. Not necessarily the brand. I would hope they would all be the same. And I'm going to potentially put 3 for a back screen and the 2 in the front, with the possibility, well, I'm going to actually do it anyway, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's run this to all the TVs. All right, so in the fellowship hall, I can't remember if it was directly under where I was in the sanctuary or in the towards the pulpit behind there. What I'm going to do, because of that run, most likely, if I have to do this, and this is for future proofing, I might not get the adapter, but we're going to do an HDMI to SDI converter here. And this way we can run a RG6 cable to wherever else, so that if we come back and we add anything later, all we have to do is reach up in the ceiling where this cable is, and we don't have to crawl back up in the ceiling and run a new cable. So that would be for, you know, future stuff. Now that's the setup right there. But the other thing we're also going to do is we're going to add a new, and that's the reason I mentioned the mixer here, audio mixer, because we need to connect audio from the computer, and there's not enough jacks in that existing board to get them there. So I'm going to leave this to be an analog or digital. I'm going to leave it up to them. I'm just going to let them see the price of both of them. And then that's audio in, and then we send audio out from the mixer that gets everything, all of the mics and everything like that. That will go into the ATEM. That will give us audio. Really, really, really simple kind of layout. I mean, we've done this tons and tons of times before. So this, for the most part, looks like mainly putting the cables in the ceiling, and then seeing if I can recruit anybody in the area if we get the contract to help me hang the TVs. Those 2 in the front, I think, are going to be the main thing, as well as running the conduit. The conduit should be easy. We got to run, 4 fiber optic HDMI cables in the front, 3 Cat 6 cables in the front, but honestly, it's going to be 4 Cat 6. Have another one for backup that we got there, and a RG6 that I'm just going to leave in the back or in the front, whichever direction. I think it's actually steps under where the media booth, so it went down. That's what I'm thinking. So that might be easier. I might even just go outside and then go down outside. That would be easier. But because they already have an entrance that way. But that's it. Link is going to be down below to everything that we do for that. And again, I want to thank First Baptist Church for reaching out to me. And again, thank you, New Hope down in Oxford, because everybody's been coming to the church and seeing the work that we did. Now, remember, that New Hope actually had hired somebody else, and they had a unfortunate issue with that installer that they kind of got ripped off. So they ended up finding me. We came in and just, gutted everything and just started all over, and they've been happy with that. And a lot of ministries have been coming by there, and they're seeing it, and they're happy with what they see. They forward their information, my information to them. We call, and that's how it works. So I really appreciate all the kudos and the recommendations for the ministries that I've helped being passed on. So, I mean, I don't advertise unless you call this advertising, but just want to help as best as I can. And again, I appreciate the opportunities and forward it on. So like I was saying, link is down below to everything that we're going to be using here. If you ever needed any help, you can go to ajhomes.com/consultation, so you can set up a consultation with me, Zoom, phone, or in person, and then we'll get you straight, at least do a layout similar to what I do. And like I said, some people use this as a reference to what the work I'll do. Some of them use this a reference as in comparison to other people. And then sometimes they use this reference for them to do the work themselves. Any of them I am happy with and I am fine with. So we're here to help. That's what this component is. Now, when they hire me, now it's business. But anyway, I think that's about it. And yeah, so if you ever want some more help with your media ministry, or if you like what we're doing here, why don't you consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos that are focused on helping modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.